Good morning. Today I'm going to leave for the center of the Amazon, but I've stopped by a grocery store because they have an ATM and I don't know when I'm going to be able to find an ATM next. I'm heading to the city of Belém. I'll tell you more about it on the road. Once I'm there, I've got a 5-day trip on a boat to the center of the Amazon. So, bike's all packed up, so let's get on the road.
All right, for those of you who missed the last episode, here's the skinny. I am at the edge of Brazil on the north. There's no more roads up north unless I go through Venezuela. And the problem is I'm not allowed into Venezuela because Venezuela will no longer process visas for US citizens. So I can't go north. I can't go east because that's the Atlantic Ocean. If I go south, I have to go all the way back the way I came, and that's really not an option because I don't want to go back through the Andes like, oh, that was brutal. There's one option left to me, and it doesn't involve roads. It only involves a boat. I have to get on a boat for a 5-day trip, which will take me to Manaus, which is a city in the middle of the Amazon. Once I'm there, I've got to figure out how to make it west through the Amazon. Now, east of Manaus, you can always catch a boat. West of Manaus is nothing but jungle. It's full-on primitive. So I've got to figure out how to take my motorcycle and the paramotor and all my stuff on a boat through the Amazon River after I'm in Manaus. But for today, I'm going to catch the big boat. The big boat will take me to Manaus, 5-day trip, sleeping on a boat. But that's really my only choice at this point. So, I'm going to be heading through the heart of the Amazon. I don't know what I'm going to do once I'm in Manaus. I've got to convince a captain somewhere to get my stuff and to allow me to take my motorcycle through the Amazon. Hopefully I'll end up in Ecuador or Colombia. I might end up in Peru. I'm just hoping I can get a captain that'll take my stuff and me through the wilderness of the Amazon. So that's the plan. If there ever was a plan, that's it. I don't actually know what I'm going to do, but anyway, now you're up to date. For now, we've got to get to the boat, which means we've got about an hour and a half to get to Belém, and from Belém, we catch the big boat, 5 days to Manaus. Welcome to the channel if you're new. It's always an adventure. Never know what the adventure is going to be, but it's always an adventure.
Here I'm at a cultural place, and the name of it in Portuguese translates to Windows 11. So I think it means the House of 11 Windows. I don't know very much about this cultural place, but next to that is a fort. So the fort looks way more interesting than 11 Windows. So I'm gonna go check out the fort. These cannons are massive. There is an emblem on each of them and then some Roman numerals. This one says 21 and 6 and 10. The same emblem, again 21, but this time we have 11 and 10. I just found some cannons that are even larger than the ones down the hill. And this has an entrance, so I'm gonna check out this fort. So I learned a little bit about this fort. This was the first structure that was built in the city of Belém before the city was actually founded. It's a military fort, and it was built on January 12th, 1616. Inside, they had a museum, and the museum had a lot of artifacts. It was a wonderful museum. The artifacts were not only from the Portuguese and the Spanish that came, primarily Portuguese, but it also included the indigenous people here. And now we're outside again, and so we're going to check out the walls here, which are very thick and even bigger cannons. This is an amazing place. What a beautiful structure this is, and I'm so glad they had the museum. The museum was free to attend, and the artifacts they had in there, unfortunately I couldn't translate because everything was in Portuguese and very small lettering, but I kind of got an idea of what everything was. It started from well before the establishment of this place and went all the way through the full establishment of it in approximately the late 1700s. Obviously, these super large cannons are a bit more modern because they have a rifled barrel. And such a juxtaposition this place is, because you have this ancient structure nestled against the modern city of Belém.
It was nice to get out and enjoy some of the historic parts of the city, but I did have a boat to catch. Wrestling through the old city streets of Belém, I was heading to the dock. Getting a ticket for this boat was actually quite the challenge. They have a rule that the size of the motorcycle must be small, and mine was larger than they would normally accept. But Estacio somehow talked the captain into letting my motorcycle aboard. Of course, I didn't tell them about the paramotor on the back, and I was just hoping I wouldn't run into any hassles once I arrived at the dock. Once at the dock, I had the feeling that this was a new chapter in the adventure for me. I feel very comfortable on the road and in the air, but this leg of the journey made me reliant on the schedules and directions of others. My heart sank a little because this is not the route that I wanted to take. I wanted to go into Venezuela, and getting on this boat meant that I wouldn't be able to go where I wanted to go. Left with no clear direction on how to get back to my starting point in Colombia, I paused and wondered if I should continue. But, knowing this was my only option, I approached the ship with a prayer under my breath.
All right, so here's the situation. I'm not sure how we're gonna get the motorcycle on this boat. As you can see, it's pretty packed and there's really no room for it, but somehow we're gonna have to squeeze it on. Balance machine is now entering. Will the paramotor fix? Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, it sits.
With the motorcycle on board and my wristband placed on my person, I was officially heading to the center of the Amazon, on an old and crowded ship aptly named the Amazon Star.
Me and the balance machine made it on the boat. I don't know how, but they got the balance machine on the boat. Here's my little room, and it is tiny. And I don't know if you can see how tiny it actually is. It is basically the length of a very short twin size bed, and there's two of them, so I'm just gonna use the top for luggage, and I have in my own bathroom here. If I can open the door. So it's a little bathroom, and Oh, it even has a shower. I don't know how. Here we go. Here's the light. So my little shower and my little bathroom. Kind of cozy. A little too cozy, but for the next 5 days, this is where I'm going to be living. Looks like I'm not the only one who needed to take a motorcycle on board. I cannot begin to tell you how beautiful and remote this is. In fact, so remote that these little houses here rely on these boats coming through, and they attach their boat to this boat and then sell things like bananas or shrimp or things they catch either in the river or in the forest. It's absolutely surreal being here, and I can't explain the beauty. I can't explain the heat. It's so freaking hot, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now. This experience is absolutely amazing. Long, very long, but I can't believe it. I'm here in the middle of the Amazon. Here in the kitchen, they offer free traditional meals, fish, and today I have chosen chicken, and it comes with a little salad, some beans, some pasta, and a few vegetables. Bon appetit. Well, I'm gonna be here for days on end. I still cannot believe I'm in the Amazon. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? I can't explain to you how gorgeous this place is. It's really hot and the boat is not moving very fast, but upper decks and you'll get a nice breeze. So, but unfortunately you'll also get the sun, and I'm very fair, so I get red. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure what to show you because the only thing I can show you is the boat. So let's take a tour of the boat. This is the middle deck. This is the deck I'm on. And the middle deck is technically the second story on a boat that has 4 stories. So let's walk the middle deck and I'll show you this, where I live. Here is my place. Unfortunately, the cafeteria is closed. We will go up. Actually, we're going to go down one level. Here's where they keep all of the cargo that they're shipping. Es mi moto, es mi moto. Esta mi moto. Sí. And here's where the great balance machine is stored. And it looks like it's kind of off the ground, so I need to move it. Let's see if I can fix that while we're here. And here's the bottom deck where all the cargo is. And we're gonna walk around this way. Noemi. Giulio. I met Giulio yesterday, actually, and his beautiful, beautiful dog. Beautiful, beautiful dog. Kind of looks like my logo. And down here is more dogs, more cargo. And the cargo goes all the way down to the very back of the ship. All right, so from here, we're gonna head back upstairs to the floor that I live on. And now we will go upstairs to floor 3. Floor 3 is a lot like floor 2, just a little higher. And here, we can go up to floor 1. This is where everybody gets a snack or a beer or a Coke or whatever they want. It's open until about midnight and then it closes down. And that is the entire ship. I never thought I'd end up here. When I started this trip, I never thought I'd end up here. I was sure I'd be able to go through Venezuela and around, but it's not gonna happen. So here I am. After this 5 days, I'll end up in Manaus. And Manaus is a large city in the middle of the Amazon. Everything east of Manaus, you'll find pockets of civilization. You'll find ferries, you'll find barges. Everything west of Manaus, however, well, it's a lot more jungle and very little civilization. It is the true Amazon jungle like you think it is. And I've gone online and I found a forum that's now dead that a man put a post in 2018 saying that he found a boat that would take him and his motorcycle through the west part of the Amazon into Ecuador. Unfortunately, I don't know who the guy is. He didn't leave any pictures, and that post is now dead. But I'm hoping that when I get to Manaus, I can find a boat and a captain and somebody that can take me to Ecuador, Peru, or Colombia. Otherwise, I'm going into a dead end. I have absolutely no idea whether or not it's possible to get me and the motorcycle into Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, somewhere west of the Amazon. This might be a dead end. I might have to take this boat back another 5 days back to Belém. At this point, it's just going by faith.
But it's an adventure.
Oh,
We'll see what happens.